Every new trader dreams of the big win. They fantasize about that one perfect trade that will change their life forever. They search for the holy grail, the secret indicator, the magic formula that prints money, but they are looking in all the wrong places. The real secret, the one that separates the consistently profitable from the consistently broke, isn't about finding winners. It's about managing losers. Risk management is the unsung hero of the trading world. It's not flashy or exciting, but it is the single most important skill you will ever learn. It is the invisible shield that protects your capital, allowing you to stay in the game long enough to find those winning trades you dream about. Think of your trading capital as your lifeblood. Without it, you are out of the game permanently. The trading world is filled with brilliant minds. Physicists, engineers, doctors, mathematicians. They build complex models, create sophisticated algorithms, and believe their intellect gives them an unbeatable edge. The graveyard of trading is littered with their accounts. Why? Because the market doesn't care how smart you are. It is relentless, chaotic, and often irrational. Intelligence alone is not enough. A high IQ can be a disadvantage. Overconfidence, stubbornness, unwillingness to admit when you're wrong. I remember a trader I knew, a man with a PhD in economics. He was convinced he'd cracked the code. He developed a system using macroeconomic indicators. For a while it worked. His ego grew with his account. Then the market did something illogical. He refused to believe it. The market is wrong, he'd say. He held the losing position, doubled down on it. Weeks later, his entire account was wiped out. Let's start with the most powerful and simplest hack of them all, the 1% rule. This rule is your ultimate safety net, the bedrock of a long and profitable trading career. It's incredibly simple to understand and implement. The rule states that you should never risk more than 1% of your total trading capital on any single trade. If you have a $10,000 trading account, the absolute maximum you should be willing to lose on one trade is $100. Why is this rule so powerful? Because it makes it mathematically impossible for you to blow up your account quickly. Even if you hit a brutal losing streak of 10 trades in a row, you will have only lost about 10% of your capital. That hurts, but it's a survivable hit. You can still step back, analyze what went wrong, and get back in the game. I once coached a young, aggressive trader who thought the 1% rule was for cowards. He wanted to get rich fast. He was risking 25% of his account on every trade. He had 2 huge wins and nearly doubled his account. The very next week, he took 3 losses in a row, just 3. His account went from nearly $40,000 to under $10,000. He learned the hard way that the goal isn't to get rich quick, it's to stay in the game long enough to get rich. If the 1% rule is your safety net, then the stop-loss order is your automatic eject button. It is a preset order you place with your broker to sell a security when it reaches a specific price. This is your line in the sand. It is the point where you admit, my trade idea was wrong, and you exit the position to protect your capital. Trading without a stop-loss is like flying a fighter jet without an ejection seat. It might be fine for a while, but when things go wrong, they go wrong in a way that is final and catastrophic. You must always know your exit point before you ever enter a trade. A story that perfectly illustrates this comes from the infamous collapse of long-term capital management in the late 1990s. The firm was run by Nobel Prize-winning economists and legendary traders. They believed their models were too sophisticated to fail and did not use traditional stop losses. When the Russian financial crisis hit, their highly leveraged positions went violently against them. The firm lost billions and nearly collapsed the global financial system. Okay, now that you know how to limit your downside, let's talk about maximizing your upside. This is where the risk-reward ratio comes into play. This concept ensures that your winning trades are significantly larger than your losing trades. This is how you can be profitable even if you're only right half the time, or even less. The risk-reward ratio compares the amount you're risking to the potential profit you expect to make. A professional trader will almost never take a trade unless the potential reward is at least twice the potential risk. A 1-to-2 risk-reward ratio. With a 1-to-3 ratio, you could lose on 6 trades, losing $600, and win on just 3 trades, making $900, and still be profitable overall. I remember a period early in my career where my win rate was fantastic, nearly 70%, but I was barely making any money. I was so afraid of winners turning into losers that I would snatch small profits at the first sign of pullback. I had to learn to let winners run. I started setting profit targets at least 2 to 3 times my initial risk. It was psychologically difficult, but it completely transformed my profitability. The old saying, "Don't put all your eggs in one basket," is perhaps one of the most timeless pieces of financial advice ever given. In trading and investing, this is the principle of diversification. It means spreading your capital across different assets, strategies, and markets. The goal is to reduce the impact of a single negative event on your overall portfolio. Consider the dot-com bubble of the late 1990s. Many new traders were all in on tech stocks. They were making massive gains and felt invincible. When the bubble burst in 2000, fortunes were wiped out almost overnight. Traders diversified across healthcare, consumer staples, and bonds saw their tech holdings fall, but other holdings cushioned the blow, allowing survival and recovery. To start, review your portfolio or watch list. Are your stocks in the same industry? Do they move together? Look for opportunities in different market areas. US-based traders should consider international exposure. Don't try to master everything. Build a portfolio not dependent on one single idea. This defensive approach builds long-term resilience and wealth. Every successful business operates with a business plan. Your trading should be no different. A trading plan is your personal, written rulebook that defines every aspect of your trading. Trading without a plan is like setting sail across the ocean without a map, without a compass, without a destination. You will be tossed around by the waves until you sink. Creating a trading plan forces you to think through every detail of your strategy. It turns vague ideas into concrete, actionable rules. What are my criteria for entry? How will I determine position size? Where will my stop loss be? What are my profit targets? What market conditions will I trade in? Answer these questions in writing before you risk real money. It removes ambiguity and prevents impulsive, emotional decisions. I once worked with a trader who was consistently losing money. When I asked to see his trading plan, he shrugged. "It's all up here," pointing to his head. That was the problem. His plan changed daily based on mood. We spent a week creating a detailed written plan with strict rules. The next month his results stabilized. He wasn't a superstar overnight, but the bleeding stopped. The plan was his boss. The greatest battle you will ever fight as a trader is not with the market, it is with yourself. The twin emotions, fear and greed, are the primary drivers of almost every trading mistake. Greed causes you to take on too much risk, chase trades that don't fit your plan, hold winners too long until they turn into losers. A powerful story comes from legendary trader Jesse Livermore. In his early days he made and lost several fortunes. He was brilliant but often undone by emotions. He would get impatient, jump into suboptimal trades, get greedy after wins, and immediately give it all back. Only after learning to master his emotions, to sit patiently for perfect setups, was he able to amass his greatest fortune. He learned that mastering himself was more profitable than mastering the market. Accept that you will feel these emotions. When fear or greed creeps in, take a step back. Literally, push your chair back from the desk. Take deep breaths. Reread your trading plan. Is the action you're about to take aligned with your rules? If not, do not take it. Manage your physical state. Lack of sleep, poor nutrition, and outside stress all amplify emotional trading. Treat yourself like a professional athlete. Your mind is your greatest asset. Protect it. We've covered a lot of ground, but it all boils down to a single powerful idea. Defense wins championships. In trading, your defense is your risk management. It's not the most glamorous part of the game, but it's the only thing that keeps you on the field long enough to score. Forget about finding the perfect indicator or secret strategy. Instead, make a vow to yourself today that you will become a master of risk. Let's recap the blueprint for survival. First, embrace the 1% rule. Second, use a hard stop loss on every trade. Third, only take trades with favorable risk-reward ratios. Fourth, diversify your approach. Finally, bind all these rules together in a written trading plan you follow with unwavering discipline. Think of these not as suggestions, but as commandments of trading survival. They are your blueprint for building a decades-long career, not just a few exciting weeks. Your journey will be a marathon, not a sprint. There will be losing streaks and times you question yourself. Take action now. Draft your trading plan. Calculate your 1% risk. Promise yourself that every trade will have a predefined stop loss. This is when you stop being a gambler and start being the CEO of your trading business. Protect your capital, manage your risk, and the profits will follow. That is the real secret.